Afternoon to you all. It's Mark here from the Pagan Bushcrafter. We're currently looking at my crazy cat, Max. Just enjoying a little bit of sun. And I'm going to show you some of the garden. It's a little bit different from bushcrafting, but it's a nice day, so I thought I'd put a quick video. Here's this is my garlic patch. These garlics are called Albigensian white garlics. I bought them from the Isle of Wight garlic farm, which you can find on the internet. Fantastic place to buy garlics from. Won't be very long before I'll be harvesting them. Usually harvest garlics around the end of June. As you can see, the fronds, the leaves, are starting to bend and go brown, so that's a sign that they're nearly ready. Once the fronds have bent right over and turned brown so that they look dead, then they're ready to harvest. So that's my little garlic patch. I'll just take you to what I call the Roman garden. That's those two pots. The pot on the left is a Royal Empress tree seedling that I've grown from seed. Incredibly fast growing trees. And the large terracotta pot on the right is just a small peppermint plant. And you can probably see there's some very small seedlings just coming up there, peppermint seeds also. So I take you on to the Roman garden. There it is. It's not looking exactly as I want it at the moment because I only planted it last weekend, so the herbs have got to take and grow a lot more yet. But I take you to a sideways shot. You see the first two rows of the Roman garden, that's basil. The basil type is called Sweet Genovese, which is my favourite. Make fantastic pesto with that basil. Fresh garlic, fresh basil, pine nuts, olive oil. Blend it all together and you've got beautiful fresh pesto, pasta and all sorts of things. So the first two rows of basil, as you can see. And the thing I really like about basil, apart from eating it, is that if you just rub your hand over it, you get a beautiful, beautiful smell. Very strong basil. Also when it rains, which it did yesterday for many hours very heavily, you get a beautiful basil smell. So as I said, I only planted this last Saturday, but it's grown already. And it'll look a lot better when it's settled in for, say, a few weeks. Now the thing about basil is that this plant wants to become leggy. It wants to grow straight upwards and become very long. So if you want to have really good basil plants that bush outwards rather than grow straight up, what you have to do is, when they get to their, say, the fourth set of leaves, these are just two sets at the moment, but when they get to the fourth set of leaves, you just pinch the top out. Pinch the top of the plant. So if this piece here, let's find a good piece, this piece here had its four sets of leaves, you'd simply pinch it out like that, take away the top, and what that does is it stops the basil from growing straight upwards and it'll bush outwards. So you'll just get a constant supply of really thick bushy leaves rather than each strand just growing straight up. So that's basil. Beautiful, one of my favourites. Very versatile, as most herbs are, obviously. Now, if we look at the next two rows of the Roman garden, you'll see that it's parsley. Now, there are many forms of parsley, many different kind of named parsley. My favourite is this flat-leafed parsley. Most people, I think, tend to use curl-leaf parsley, but I like this flat-leaf parsley. I think it's a much nicer taste, and it's very different to basil because it will become bushy on its own, and all you do to harvest your parsley is simply take your scissors and just cut underneath the leaves. And what will happen then is when you've done that, you'll just get fresh leaves springing up. Actually, you can see at the bottom you've already got fresh leaves springing up from the bottom of the plant, so you just cut that to harvest the leaves, and it'll grow back. Now, in the middle of my Roman garden I have my statue to Ceres. Ceres is a Roman goddess of grain, the harvest, generally things that grow. So I have her sitting in the middle of the garden just to make the soil good and to kind of bless the ground, to make sure everything grows. Now, after the basil and parsley I have, and these are much smaller plants, but again they have grown since last week, last Saturday when I put them in the ground. As you can see, around my statue of Ceres you actually have sage. Sage is the main reason why I have this in the garden, not just because I like it, I enjoy the sage tea and the flavouring it gives, but also because sage was very, very popular with the Romans. It was a sacred plant to the Romans, and whenever they had a ritual or they made an offering to their gods, they would often burn sage in there as an incense, because they believed that the gods would be able to smell that sage, and it would attract the gods to their offering. So sage is very, very important to the ancient Romans. Because I'm slightly obsessed about ancient Roman history and the gods of ancient Rome and everything to do with it, I've put some sage in my garden around my statue of Ceres. So there you go, it's just a very quick tour around my my little Roman garden. And there it is, Ceres looking down, making sure everything grows properly. Okay guys, so I hope you like that video. It's a little bit different to the videos I usually post, but well, I just thought I'd show you some of my hard work. Okay, thanks a lot. See you soon.